one of the things we need to do is learn how to program our robot. And to do that, we use this program, the LEGO Mindstorms Education EV3 software. Okay, lots of stuff in here for you to investigate in your club. The basics of programming are all here. There's little tutorials there for you to work through. There's also building instructions, different ways of building different things on the robot. But let's start off with hit the target. So what you need to do is, like you might do in Firefox or Internet Explorer, to add a project, you just click on the plus, add a new project. Okay, and this is where our workspace, where we're going to do some programming. It's going to be fun. So you can just get rid of that little area there. We don't need that. And what I'm going to do is make this a bit easier for people to see. I'm going to drag that across here, make it a bit bigger so that people can see what we're doing with this programming. Okay, I need that one to be able to start here. Okay, if you look at these blocks down the bottom, the green ones are all about actions. There's other ones about different things, but today we're going to be using the green action blocks for our programming. Another important thing to remember is naming your program. So if you double click up here, you can rename this program Hit the Target or whatever you like. And that will make it easier to find when you download it to your robot. So if you remember, we know exactly what we need to do. We need to make the robot spin 360 degrees. So let's start off with that. Let's break it down. We're going to use this move steering block. So you drag up the move steering block onto this workspace, and let's have a look at it. Okay, it's going to tell the motors, once we program this computer, it's going to tell the motors in ports B and C what we want them to do. And this is what we want them to do. We want to turn those motors on for rotations. Now if you look here, it's the steering. And actually we want it to spin all the way around, don't we? This next part is actually how much power you want to give it. Now it's tempting to put it right up to 100. And you can do that, but it's quite easy to leave it at around about 50. And this one is, we asked the program to stay on for rotations. That's rotations of the wheels. How many rotations of the wheels we want it to go for. So we have to have a guess here. We have to estimate, let's say 4 rotations of the wheels, and see how we go with doing that. What you need to do is now plug in, using the USB cable, plug in your robot to your computer, and if you press on that button there, you'll be able to download that program and implement it and try it out on your robot. See how far it spins around. Is it too much? Is it not enough? After you've done that, you need to work on the second part of the problem. Move forward or drive forward and hit the target. That second tape. So for the second one, we'll leave it on for rotations. You can do it on for seconds or degrees, but we're going to have on for rotations. This time we don't want it to turn, we want it to stay straight. And I think we should increase the power to 100 this time. Again, we're going to have to estimate with our team members how many rotations of the wheels is enough to get us exactly on the target. I'm going to guess again 4. Okay, so we have a basic program here. What our robot is going to do is it's going to turn the motors on. It's going to spin for 4 rotations of the wheels, and then it's going to go forward at 100 power for another 4 rotations of the wheels. Once we've done that, our team can plug in the robot, download that program, and implement our ideas. Was it right? Or do we have to change something? What do we have to change? Work together in your team to figure this out. So how did you go on the challenge? And you also have to have a think about how did you go working as a team. Let's have a quick look at the challenge. There it is, that's what we were supposed to do. This can be a really useful way to think about evaluating your challenge, how you did. So we had a problem or a challenge. You designed some programming to complete that challenge. Ask yourself some of these questions. You've implemented some of the ideas, and now we're ready to evaluate. Okay, what worked well? What would you do differently next time? This is a process you should be continually going through and talking and thinking about as you do these challenges. Have a look on your own worksheet and think about how you did in this challenge hit the target. You should also have a think about how you did as a team. What worked really well and what do you need to work on?